We now have Meera Shankar, diplomat and former Indian ambassador, to talk to us about this issue that's stranded so many families. Ms. Shankar, thank you so much for joining us in this conversation. My first question to you is pretty straightforward. When I was writing it, I just thought, why are we seeing such delays? Why have the appointments been rolled over? Why is it so hard now to access America? And what would you say to people having these questions in their minds?
Well, I think it flows from deliberate policies in the United States to curb immigration, not just illegal immigration, but also legal immigration. And now you have a shift from the lottery-based system for H-1B visas to a wage and skill-based system, in the sense that those who are offered higher wages and have better skills will get the visa. So there's a disruption at the moment because the old system has been stopped. And the new system, I think, is still to be streamlined. And how it will work remains to be seen. But the whole import of the new H-1B visa policies adopted by the US are really to discourage the use of foreign workers in the United States, except for specialized skills and for high-paying jobs, for which there is a lack of available talent in the US. So it is a matter of deliberate policy in the US to discourage the use of H-1B visas. And of course, MAGA has been demanding the Make America Great Again movement, which is Trump's core constituency, has been demanding that the program should be abolished. But President Trump has been saying that they do need it to get skilled workers in areas where the US is lacking in skills. So I think it's not a temporary phenomenon. It is a phenomenon which is the result of deliberate policy choices by the US. And I think our companies will have to up their game or adapt to this new environment. The era of easy visas, H-1B visas, I think is over.
Right, but Ms. Shankar, you explained the reason. You said this is an attempt of deliberately curbing immigration, both legal and illegal, into America through the course of revamping how H-1B visa really works. But what, according to you, is the ulterior motive? US claims it's all being done to protect American workers, but is that all, or do you see a different intention? Just trying to gauge the end goal of all this.
No, I think that it is to create jobs for American workers. Like MAGA's demand is that, okay, even if you're getting highly skilled workers for which, for jobs for which there are no, well-equipped people in the US, they should come and train US workers. So there is this sense somehow that these people have taken American jobs, and which is not true, because there's a huge shortage of science talent in the US, especially engineering. And I think there is going to be an impact on American companies too, because apart from this switch from the lottery-based system to a skill and wage-based system, the US has also enhanced the visa fee for H-1B visas by a huge amount. Now it's $100,000. So who is going to pay that? Especially smaller companies will have to change their model for service delivery
that's exactly
in the
my
US.
point. You've highlighted a couple of things. Trump's administration, through its most recent orders, such as hiking the H-1B fee and scrapping the lottery system, may have triggered many to change plans. But if we had to ignore the short-term repercussions, do you think this has increased uncertainty or brought more control, since quality can be worked upon now?
Well, I think it increases uncertainty both in the US and in India. the large US companies will still manage because they've got deep pockets. And many might also shift operations to Canada or to places which have friendlier policies. So we have to wait and see how it impacts not just Indian companies, which will have to change their model of service delivery to do much more work in India itself rather than on site. And also how it will impact US companies, whether it leads some of them to shift office to countries which have friendlier policies for such movement of skilled workers.
Thank you so much for helping us unwrap that. And of course, as Randhir Jaiswal, MEA spokesperson, said, that we'll have to wait and see how these issues are being addressed. But Meera Shankar highlighted 3 important points.